Welcome to another episode of My Hoard of Hobbies. Today's subject is how to clean paint off of old miniatures without destroying them. So today we've gone outside to do a little bit of an experiment, or well, I've done this before, but to show you how I remove paint from old miniatures, without destroying them, of course. Now, you're going to be using chemicals, so you should have some protection. Brought some goggles, have some rubber gloves here too. If you're going to be indoors, well-ventilated area, might even want to wear an N95 mask. And of course, I have gone to the out of doors, where you have a great deal more circulation and less chance of the chemicals getting to you, because of course there's paints in there that are going to mix with the paint remover that I'm going to use, a normal furniture type paint remover, kind of a milder type. I normally use the ones that are not quite as caustic. But it still is, and it still could react with the paints in the figure, or the glues, or plastics. And sometimes when you get those reactions, unpredictable, it can be dangerous. Alright, so short pause, and now I have the gloves and goggles on, or at least a glove, and I have put some of the paint remover into a container. Now I'm going to want to get the paint remover onto my figure, so I'm going to do so by just kind of dipping them in there and move the stuff around a little, get some onto them, and then I will take my brush, there we are, and I will continue to spread this onto them. Now once I get this all thoroughly spread on, I will let it sit for a few minutes, because it's going to lift the paint, much like it would do if you were working on a piece of furniture. And of course I'm not going to put you through the act of actually wading through waiting, so we'll pause again. So now I'm going to take the beastie out of here, and then I'm going to take the toothbrush and I'm going to scrub away and get all the paint that I can off of the device. Then rinse in water, look at it afterwards, and of course I'm going to want to do more, so I repeat the process. And I just keep repeating until I have the paint basically fully removed from the item. So here's the aftermath of the first round, right? As you can see, a lot of the paint has come off. There is still paint certainly in the crevices, and there's other spots too. It's certainly going to be a process, right? But this will effectively do so without destroying the figure. I have found so far nothing that reacts, but if I do say find a brand or a chemical that reacts, I'll let you know. But so far they've always come out nicely. You use the toothbrush to scrub the stuff off, and then I have water available if needed, and I use the water at this point, right? It's been rinsed off, brushed again and rinsed off again, and then dried, and now it's ready to begin the process again. I'm going to have to add a little more chemical to the tub, put it in, get some chemical all over it, let it sit for a bit, the whole thing. And we do that round after round until everything's removed, and then we'll pick it up from there. We are back. This is after 2 complete coating applications of the material. As as discussed and shown. And you can see the base has finally come off now. Vast majority of the paint has come off. I'm going to give it one more chemical treatment, but this is fairly normal, 2, maybe 3 times, and then you're down to where it's just the little bits in the crevices, basically. So I'm going to go back over it now with the brush and just take some of the material, because there's still some left in the tub, right? I don't have to pour fresh stuff out at this point. And just brush it into those little bits and spots where it's still stuck in the crevices, and let that sit for a bit, and then I'll brush that and rinse and so on again. Woohoo! As you can see, it's all done to the point that now I can remove anything that's still in the crevices there with the point of a razor knife or with a dental pick, and it's all ready for new paint. Now it has also been, again, rinsed with water and dried down really well. I would suggest, after all of this has been completed, you should still let it sit for a while, let any remaining chemical evaporate, and let the figure get fully dried before you go and attempt to start putting paint on it. Because, of course, if there's any residual stuff left behind, it's not going to make things nice later. That concludes this episode of My Horde of Hobbies. I hope it has been entertaining and informative. If you have enjoyed the content and want to see more, please give a like or subscribe, or you can send me a coffee through the donation link in my channel page, and have yourself a wonderful day.